1. That's how many vehicle lines an entire American car company still sells in its home market. Not one trim, one car. Chrysler, the brand that invented the minivan, put the Hemi under 1 million hoods and once sold more cars in a single year than most people alive today have ever seen on one lot, is now a single minivan wearing 2 different badges. And here's the part that should worry you if you've ever driven anything with a Pentastar on the grille. Chrysler did this to itself, on purpose, the same way Jaguar did. Nobody's talking about it because it didn't happen in one headline. It happened in slow motion. Start with the plan. In September 2021, Stellantis handed Chrysler's new CEO one mandate: go fully electric by 2028. In January 2022, the brand unveiled the Airflow concept, its first battery electric model, promised for production in 2025. Then came the firebreak. By the end of 2023, Chrysler killed the 300, its last sedan, its last flagship, the car with the Hemi in it. 9 models in 2007. One left standing. Exactly like Jaguar pulling the XE, the XF, and the F-Type before a single replacement existed. Then, the EV itself vanished. In January 2025, Stellantis quietly told suppliers to stop all spending on the Airflow program. It was paused to reassess market needs. The brand that promised full electrification by 2028 didn't have a single electric vehicle on sale in 2025 or 2026. The Airflow is now expected in 2028. As a hybrid, the all-electric flagship became the very thing it was supposed to replace. Now, the numbers, because this is where it stops being a branding story. In 2005, Chrysler sold 641,406 vehicles in the United States. By 2019, that number was 126,972, the brand's lowest sales mark since 1981. Then came 2025, the year Chrysler was supposed to be turning a corner. Total sales: the Pacifica at 110,006, the Voyager at 15,792. Add them together, and you land at roughly 126,000 vehicles. That's the entire brand's comeback year, and it landed almost exactly where the disaster year did 6 years earlier. Every single competitor in Chrysler's own segment grew by double digits in the same period. The Sienna up 35%, the Carnival up 57%, the Odyssey up 27%. Chrysler didn't grow, it survived. Now, the part that turns this from a bad quarter into an industrial story. Belvidere Assembly, Illinois, a Chrysler factory since 1965. At its peak, 5,000 workers. In February 2023, Stellantis idled it completely, laying off over 1,200 people. The company promised to reopen it with a $5 billion investment, including a Chrysler EV battery plant, backed by $335 million in federal funding. Then it walked that back, citing market conditions as EV demand cooled. The reopening was pushed to 2027, then pushed again to 2028. And here's the detail that says everything. When the plant finally restarts, it isn't building a single Chrysler. It's building Jeep Compass and Jeep Cherokee. A factory built for the brand is reopening for a different one entirely. And the warning came directly from the top. Former Stellantis CEO Carlos Tavares, talking about underperforming brands across the company, put it in 10 words: if they don't make money, we'll shut them down. Tavares resigned that December. His successor inherited the mess. And in March 2026, Chrysler's own CEO, the executive who'd overseen the 300's death and the Airflow's collapse, left the company immediately, replaced by the sitting CEO of Dodge, now running 3 brands at once. That's not a promotion. That's a caretaker being sent in to keep the lights on. So here's what this actually means if there's a Pacifica in your driveway or a Chrysler on your local lot. The van itself is fine. It's still outselling the Sienna. And Stellantis isn't walking away from a product that's actually making money. But the brand around it has no depth left. No sedan, no SUV, no electric flagship arriving on schedule. No second model to fall back on if minivan demand ever dips the way it did during the chip shortage. One factory that used to build Chryslers is about to build Jeeps instead, and the executives who ran the electrification plan are already gone. Jaguar tried to leap straight to a $100,000 electric future and nearly erased itself doing it. Chrysler tried something quieter, promised the leap, then quietly cancel it, and let the one product still selling carry the entire company. Different method, same ending. A legendary badge reduced to a single item on the menu, hoping nobody asks what happened to the rest of it. So tell me, if you're driving a Chrysler right now, did you know this was the entire lineup? And if the next Airflow finally shows up in 2028, do you believe it? Or is that just another delay with a new date on it?